Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another tutorial video on how to play solo mate. Today we'll be looking at TimberSaw, and without further ado, I'm just gonna start talking about the starting items of TimberSaw. I went for the stout shield, double gauntlets of strength, 2 sets of tangle, 2 branches. I'm just gonna pause the video for a little bit here. I went for the stout shield because I noticed that the opponent team has a ranged unit which is going to solo mate. I expected the Queen of Pain to solo mate, so I bought a stout shield to try to reduce the amount of harassment on myself. The 2 gauntlets of strength just to boost my stats, double iron branches, and obviously 2 sets of tangles instead of a salve because when I place against the Queen of Pain, the Shadow Strike wouldn't allow me to heal through the salve, so I bought 2 sets of tango instead, which is more useful against Shadow Strike's harassment. So that explains my starting item choice. And also, I'll talk about the skill build before we get into the game. Usually you want to get 1 or 2 points into reactive armor depending on how much you're getting harassed. So let's assume that you run out of consumables. You might want to level reactive armor to level 2 so that you can get more stacks on it by drawing the creep aggro, which I will show you in due time, and which would give you a lot of HP regen so that you could get back to maximum HP as soon as possible. And then after getting 1 or 2 points on reactive armor, you want to go back into Whirling Death because this skill is a more stable skill, allowing you to control the runes and whatnot. And finally, go back to Timber Chain. But another thing to keep in mind when playing TimberSaw is that you don't want to skill your chakram when you're level 6, 11 or 16. You have to skill when you think you have the mana capacity to support it. So I will show you how I adjust the skill build in accordance to the items that I'm able to get later on. But rest assured that for newer players out there, you don't have to be too pressured on whether your skill build is good, because it doesn't matter whether you pump the wrong skill build, just try to adjust as much as you can. I feel that is the most important thing. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the game. Just gonna go to player perspective here. So I miss blocking the creeps here, so I'm just gonna block the range creep so that the creep equilibrium comes towards my side. I was kinda like chatting in the chat when that happened, so oh my god, pauses again. I hate it. I hate this. Oh, which by the way, if any one of you are wondering what is this guy trying to do here, please don't get offended by anyone here. We'll just talk a little bit about what is happening in Singapore, which is my country. Apparently there's a lot of haze. There's a lot of haze, like H-A-Z-E, haze going on. Because people in Indonesia, the farmers or whatever else, are actually burning the forest. It's a form of agriculture known as slash and burn. So what happened was, due to the monsoon wind or something, it kind of blew all the smoke or haze. Yeah, I believe it's called haze towards my country, which is why we're experiencing a very high level of PSI, which stands for Pollutant Standards Index. So what you could see, like literally outside of the window right now, is a huge like cloud, like literally alchemist's acid spray. I wanna say, like that's how bad and how intense the haze is going on right now. But yes, let's just leave it at that. Today we're just gonna do TimberSaw, and we'll leave the live topics for a little later until we are more familiar with this hero. So let's just get on with the video. As you can see, I'm trying very hard to block the range creep, but I kind of do succeed, but the creep is still on his ramp, but no problem. The creep will come to my ramp pretty soon because I blocked the range creep pretty long. so if you could tell what I was trying to do there, I was actually right-clicking the Queen of Pain while drawing the creep aggro so that I could get more stacks on the reactive armor, and because I have the stout shield, I wouldn't tank too much creep damage as compared to tanking the right clicks of Queen of Pain. So that's another thing to learn by drawing creep aggro. And also, if you want to, and if you feel that you are against a ranged hero and you can't get any last hits, try to right click the enemy's ranged hero so that you could draw the aggro. Like you could see what I just did there. It's pretty useful in terms of getting last hits. Please ignore the sort of racist all chat going on. It's not very relevant to the video, but you know, try not to get offended if you are any of the as aforementioned people. So in the early game, just try to farm up your bottle, farm up an early bottle, which would be very useful in terms of staying in the lane and regeneration as well. So you could see that the Tango is paying dividends, because if I were to have a Salve here, it's not gonna do shit because of the Queen of Pain's Shadow Strike, which would not allow me to heal my HP through. So you could see my skill bit, 2 in Welling Death, 1 in Reactive Armor. I'm still kind of deciding whether I should skill 2 levels in Reactive Armor in accordance to how much harassment the Queen of Pain is going to give me. So I noticed that on the mini-map there is a missing hero, which I kind of realized that is the Bloodseeker. So I'm not too afraid of Bloodseeker ganking me, because in the early game Bloodseeker is not going to do shit to you. He doesn't have a Rupture, he doesn't have a Disable, so I'm playing kind of aggressive because I know that I won't die. So that kind of explains my kind of cocky positioning in a way, because any hero with Queen of Pain can bring down a TimberSaw very easily, because considering that he's melee and the Timber Chain in early levels doesn't have a very long range, so which is why TimberSaw is one of the easier heroes to gank if you think about it. But I mean, you know, in the late game it is pretty hard to gank him, as you can tell from all those Dota Cinema or War Dota videos. You know, he's kind of like flying all over the place. So yeah, I do get the 3 mates bottle, which is not very good, but considering that it's against the Queen of Pain, it's not as good, but we'll do fine. So meanwhile, at this stage of the game, just try not to die towards the Queen of Pain, because Queen of Pain has a lot of solo kill potential. So I'm trying to position myself, just trying to get the experience while I can. So if you're unable to dominate the lane, and I did see him using the Invis rune there because there was a fade time, but he's not gonna get to kill me, so you do see Bloodseeker coming out of the jungle. So try to be very careful in terms of your positioning at this point, because I believe Bloodseeker did have sight of me, because I have a very low HP, and he probably has early levels of Bloodthirst, which could scout me out. And another thing to keep in mind when soloing the mid lane is that if you can't actually dominate the lane, try to grab the runes as much as you can, because those are the other factors which would help you get back into the game, or rather help you get back into the lane. So you can see that Queen of Pain from the minimap is actually going to the top rune to check, because he doesn't have a ward, but I have a ward. My team plays the ward here. Very thoughtful of them to do so, which would help a lot in terms of helping me control the runes. And in top games, sometimes your teammates don't actually let you, they don't actually buy wards for you. So what you should do is get wards for yourself, because observer wards only cost 150 gold, and it's pretty cheap. So it's about 3 last hits. So if your team is not getting any wards, try to get them so that you can control the runes way more easily. So you could see that I'm kind of losing a lot of last hits. Let's just take a look at Queen of Pain's last hits. Evidently she's dominating me. I'm like losing very badly. It's a huge deficit at this point, but no problem, no problem. I'll show you how to play this hero despite having shit farm and having close to no items and still have a huge impact in terms of helping your team. So you could tell that I was trying to use the Whirling Death to push the creep equivalent because I noticed that it's going to hit the 6-minute mark so that I can go and check a couple of runes. And DD rune indeed, as I pop the haze rune to get the rune. One of the more effective ways to control the rune is using a haze rune taken from the previous minute mark and then getting the rune. So I dropped the Iron Branch there to get my Boots of Speed. Just gonna harass him a little bit. So my skill build is 3-1-2 because I noticed that 2 levels of reactive armor would be more useful in terms of dealing with Queen of Pain's harassment. So remember to adjust the skill build according to what you need. Again, I can't stress this enough, but DotA is a very situational game. Don't always go for the same skill build and same item build over and over again. So I noticed that a Bat Rider is around the corner because I kind of saw him like wandering outside of the jungle somehow. Oh, there he is. I saw him. So I have thoughts of killing him, a Timber Chain and a Whirling Death, and then popping the DD rune, a right click just got me the first blood. So that is one of the easier ways to kill people. Walk up to them or initiate with your Timber Chain if it is a high level one, and then use your Whirling Death followed by a Chakram. But I didn't have Chakram there simply because I didn't pump the Chakram yet. So, but I still managed to kill him because I had a DD rune. So that was a pretty easy kill. So this Queen of Pain is taking a lot of harassment from me because I had a DD rune. So I used the courier to buy an early arcane boots for me, which would allow me to use my Chakram way more easily because Chakram is a very mana intensive skill. Please ignore all this all chat talk going on. It's kinda distracting, but no big deal. We'll just deal with it. So as my wards ran out here, I was kind of pissed off at my teammates for not buying wards, but you know, I'm just gonna buy the wards myself when the time comes. So you could see that my creep stats got a little bit better, 30 and 4 in 8 minutes, not the best, but just a little bit better. Let's take a look at Queen of Pain's 34-10. So quite evidently I'm kind of catching up with him. So don't worry if you lose out in the early game, there is always ways to catch up and win the lane, and of course have an impact in the game. So you could see that I'm actually trying to drive the Queen of Pain away, but I am gonna feed a kill here because of the mistake and cockiness of myself. I was a little bit uncautious with my positioning. I got a little bit too deep inside there at the enemy's territory. But yeah. So feeding a kill right off the bat, no big deal. I'm just gonna buy wards. I was so pissed at my teammates that I literally just bought wards myself. And I was like, well, no big deal. Getting wards by myself like a boss, no problem. Which by the way, if you could tell, the little trick that I did there was to use my spells immediately after TPing because there would still be some fountain regen going on after the immediate TP. So I noticed that it's gonna hit the 10 minutes mark. Once again, nuke the quick wave before I could control the rune. Place the ward for myself. I could see the DD rune. So Queen of Pain went to take the rune, I could tell as well, but no big deal. I'm gonna deceive him that I didn't place a ward there because he didn't have a vision of me in the first place. So could tell that I was quick buying enough shadows. So I noticed that on the minimap, Bane was actually around here. He's trying to initiate a gang. So he does start with the Nightmare, which I feel is okay, so that I could catch up. So a Chakra, and a Brain Step does kill him. The pure damage is very, very, very nice burst, sufficient to kill the Queen of Pain. Just very nice place. Shout out to Freedom, by the way, which is my friend in real life. It's a good friend of mine. So anyway, just gonna purchase the End of Shadows. Right, which by the way, just to take a look at the crit stats, I have 48 and 4 and 43 and 10. And I saw that, yeah, that was a pretty easy kill. A Chakram, and then walking up to him, a Whirling Death that is beside the trees. Keep in mind that if you have Whirling Death near a tree, and when he cuts down the tree, there will be more damage. So let's just take a look at the description. If an enemy hero is affected, Whirling Death will do pure damage if a tree is cut. So let's just take a look at a small skirmish that is taking apart here, and the Sonic Wave did weave completely. So that was like some Mushi-esque Queen of Pain, or rather my Queen of Pain in the first video that I did. So that was kind of a joke. So no offense to Mushi. Mushi is a very great player. So just trying to make fun of him a little bit. So I used the Chakram to push the crit wave before heading to take the haze rune. So I bought up the haze rune, and I decided to go bottom to try to kill the Bloodseeker, but he just backed off, so probably don't stand a chance. No problem, just gonna push the tower, create some pressure on their lanes. So I did get a very early cloak because I noticed that most of the burst damage coming from the enemy's team is from magical damage. So purchasing a cloak would be very crucial in terms of helping me to survive. So yeah. So we're going as a 3-man group trying to bring down his tower. So I saw TP and I just want to back off a little. Necrolite did get ruptured upon. I'm just gonna place a Chakram here, just so I could deter enemy heroes away, but not sure how I could help him there. Now there are like 4 heroes head over heels on this guy. Hot on his heels, I should say. Tide has come here. A nice Ravage does catch 2 enemy heroes, and I'm just gonna, or rather Tide Hunter is just gonna bring them down. So a Fiend's Grip on GAY here does bring GAY down. I'm not gonna say the actual word itself unless someone gets offended. So this Queen of Pain is dead. Get a little cocky here as well. So I mean, he walked all the way up to kill the Bane, so he obviously have to pay with his life because he's not respecting the amount of burst damage that I and Tide Hunter can do to him. So we do see a TP here. I'm just gonna signal him, tell him to get away, but he's probably gonna die. As for me, I'm gonna survive. I noticed that both of the stuns are being used, so I just TP'd away immediately. So back to what was happening just back there. When Tiny used Avalanche and Toss on Tide Hunter, I noticed that his stun would be on cooldown, and there was no way he could cancel my TP. And then Luna used his Lucent Beam immediately, so I know that there is no way that they could cancel my TP, so I just TP right from the get-go. So a nice Necrolite ulti does bring down Luna here. So this Tiny's positioning is very, very cocky. He's probably gonna pay with his life. So I found a tree here, use the Timber Chain, use that followed by a Chakram, and he's gonna drop pretty soon. So you can see that one of the easier combos to kill someone is a Timber Chain to initiate, followed by a Whirling Death, then a Chakram, which will allow most of the burst damage to take place and kill someone. So one of the more popular items to go for TimberSaw is Bloodstone right from the get-go, because Bloodstone provides a lot of mana pool and HP for you to tank up. But mana pool being the most important one, because Chakram is very mana intensive, pretty much like Storm Spirit's ultimate. And I noticed that my TP was a little bit late, but no problem. I'm gonna go very aggressive. I was like literally so aggressive, and I'm gonna pay for it with my life. Probably shouldn't have done that. Try to buy items before I can die, but I can't actually do that. So because the courier wasn't parked at the secret shop, but oh, I'm sorry, I didn't close this at all. So yeah, just gonna speed up the replay because I'm actually dead. So you could see that I disassembled my. I'm about to disassemble my arcane boots and make the point booster, which will allow me to make my bloodstone here. So I'm gonna try to solo kill the bloodseeker here. Just gonna park myself a little bit further away, as you can tell from the minimap, so that he doesn't see me. So now he sees me, and he's in a very bad position here. Just gonna use the combo that I mentioned as before. And a Rupture is not gonna do shit on me because I have 1664 HP. What are you gonna do about it? He's not gonna do shit. He's gonna pay with it for his life. He's gonna pay for it with his life. So yeah, that was a very easy solo kill. So you can see that I'm very about 800 gold away from my bloodstone. Just gonna take a little bit of time to drink a little bit of water because the haze is really bad and my throat is really dry. So he's pretty much farming at this point, so I'm just gonna transition into live stories. Yeah, there was a little bit of a small exchange taking place, so I noticed that I was about to get ganked, Timber chain into TP, and I'm just gonna be fine. So what I wanted to talk about just now was that apparently I could never ever understand girls and relationships because I have very bad EQ, and yeah, I'm actually very sad right now because the girl that I was sort of interested in didn't really show interest, and you know, shit happens. Maybe because I was boring, or maybe because I was playing too much DotA, but probably not because I don't actually play a lot of DotA these days. So just a little bit depressed, but you know, everybody's gonna move on. And you know what the most ironic thing is that girls actually feel that they are not obliged to tell you that they are not interested in you, and they kind of like keep you on their hook, if you know what I mean. Keeping you on their hook because that's a little bit of How I Met Your Mother reference there. They just wanna, I don't know what's their main motive, but I'm just gonna say that they don't want to be direct, and they're probably afraid that that will hurt you. But if you think about it, if you think like very deeply about it, is that as you see a team fight breaking out here, I'm just gonna do cleanup duty and clear everyone up. No big deal. So I go very aggressive here. Probably gonna bring down the ducks here, even though he has mechanism. Pure damage. Oh, the burst is not enough, but as I put myself into a little bit of trouble here. So, but I'm actually fine. So back to what I was saying, I was saying that, oh, there was a Queen of Pain here, so he's probably not gonna die as well. But the Luna is kind of in this, and you can't actually see her. So back to what I was saying, girls feel that they're not obliged to tell you, even if they're not interested in you, because they feel that they want to maintain the friendship there. But to me, it's just kind of stupid because by doing that, you don't actually allow the guy to move on, and the guy's just gonna stay very clingy and keep disturbing you, which kinda stupid in my opinion. So yeah. So that's just pretty much my life at this point, but not gonna talk too much about that, just gonna skip a little that one. So as we do see, I get my Bloodstone, the new 6.78 Bloodstone does allow you to get your hero to suicide. So the sentry ward is being placed, very nice. Scouts out the Luna here. As we do try to burst him down, successfully manages to do so. But where's the Ravage? Or is the Ravage on cooldown? If he had a Ravage there, that would be like so useful, but you know. So as I try to drop my spells all over the place, Chakram and a Timber Chain, and I'm trying to chase the Bloodseeker at this point, but a wrongly positioned Timber Chain doesn't manage to damage GAY, so I was wondering where would Bloodseeker head. So he didn't actually go here, so he's back there as scouted by the ward. So I was trying to kill him, but it's kinda hard to catch up. So he's probably going back to the lane to get back his HP, but he has no idea that I'm actually around here, so he's gonna play with his life again. So GAY, you be dead, bro. You be dead. It was another easy kill. So already gathering 11 earned charges as I saw Luna that has Shadow Blade, and I'm trying to blind kill him. So I was trying to estimate where is he going, and nice Timber Chain does kill the Luna. I was actually very impressed by my blind kill there. I kinda just roughly estimated where he would head to. So for all of you those flamers out there trying to say that I was map hacking or whatever, keep in mind that this is Dota 2 and there probably isn't any map hack, so you know, I was very impressed by myself, able to get a blind kill on the Luna with the Shadow Blade. So as you do see a small skirmish taking place, probably nothing much is gonna happen here. As I try to get myself out of tower range to heal with the Urn of Shadows before trying to help out the Tidehunter. So Tidehunter does use his Ravage, and I am gonna place a very nice Chakram to catch two of the enemy heroes. So I do burst down the Tiny in time before he could kill the Tidehunter. I was trying to catch the Ducks here there, but that was a little bit too overzealous. So yeah, just as you can see from what I was doing, I was trying to get all the towers in the early game, which would establish the map control needed. So let's just take a look at last hits, see who is farming on top of the charts. TA, as followed by me, and then Bloodseeker and so on. So who's doing well in terms of the kills? It's obviously none other than yours truly. So as I try to buy I was deciding whether to buy a Reaver or a Mystic Staff, and I decided to go with the Mystic Staff here because I felt that the Shiva's Guard, I was trying to go for the Shiva's Guard. I felt that the Shiva's Guard would be better in terms of contributing to a AoE slow, so that I could land my spells more easily. As you could see, there are much more AoE disables other than Tidehunter's Ravage, which is why I decided to go for the Shiva's Guard after my Bloodstone. Sorry about that. C2C Luna gets a double kill. Not sure what my team was doing, but no big deal. I'm just gonna do what I have to do, which is to pressure lanes, get my farm up, get the farm train going. As we do see a two-man gang on me, I saw the Tiny coming in. Just gonna oh, actually the Chakram wasn't for the Tiny, it was for the creeps. So I just try to escape here, put a Chakram as I try to counter kill them. And they're probably gonna pay with their lives here because I'm so tanky. And this Tiny is probably dead. Drop the Chakram and a Wedding Death Head, and yet another blind kill, which was completely unintentional. He was like walking right past my Chakram, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I was kinda shocked that I could get a kill just like that. So you know, like a kid that got his favorite candy from his favorite candy store. No problem. Pretty easy. So I do have the Shiva's Guard. I believe I do have the Shiva's Guard. Drop the bottle and get the Shiva's Guard here. There was no need for the bottle anymore because I had all the regeneration from Bloodstone and Urn charges. So I noticed that my teammate was getting caught out, there was no way I could help him out, so what do? I pressure the lanes, I push out the lanes, I ensure that the lanes are being pushed out so that the enemy heroes do have to back off and try to defend the towers. So that's another thing to keep in mind when playing split pushing heroes like TimberSaw. As you could see that I'm aggressively trying to ping out the Roshan here, because like what I said in previous videos, you always have to, okay, and I can't stress this enough, always have to make use of all the resources on the map so that you can outfarm your opponents. So you could see what I was doing here. I was actually dropping a permanent chakram to damage the Roshan here, which by the way does damage the Roshan. So I believe there was a Queen of Pain here, so we didn't actually see him. Is he like invis or something? Oh, he is invis, so we didn't actually see him. So we're just gonna see how the team fight is gonna take place here. We don't have any observer mods here, but we'll see what will happen. So Sonic Wave catches all of us, and then we were like, oh shit, what do we do? And then I drop my Shiva's Guard, try to burst down all the enemy heroes. A Demon Chain here, Dust catches Luna, and I don't know how I'm supposed to get down here. Probably attached to this tree here, yeah. And I'm gonna try to burst down the ducks here, get a double kill here. So, and then I noticed that I am facing a lot of enemy heroes, try to back off a little before I die or anything. So the Roshan is very low here, and TA mans up as I get a ultra kill and also wipes the Aegis off Luna here. Oh sorry, that was Bloodseeker here. So can I get a rampage? Nah, this guy is gonna TP out, so we can't get a rampage here. So that was a very bad Roshan attempt by us because we didn't have any observer mods, and you know, sometimes you just have players on your team that doesn't buy mods. But you know, you could partially blame that, you know, I was so rich I could probably get mods and place them by myself, but I kind of like had no slots to do it, and I was kind of lazy to tell my teammates to do it as well. But I mean, when you play a pub game, you know, it's not very good to keep telling your teammates to do what they're supposed to do, because it's kind of like people don't like to get ordered around, I feel. So yeah, no big deal. I'm just gonna get my Boots of Travel, as we had a failed Roshan attempt there. But I do get a ultra kill in the end and wipe their team, so that's pretty good. So, which by the way, if you can't tell, most of the players on my team are kind of not doing as well as me, except for the TA, because TA's farm is pretty good, but the rest of the team are just pretty much like, meh, not as good, but no big deal. I'm just gonna try to carry the game as much as I can here. So meanwhile, I do go for the Boots of Travel here, because I felt that I didn't have to carry any more TPs, and I could TP to other lanes to assist in their gangs or whatever else, which would be much more convenient for me as I try to split push the lanes here. And I spawn out the Queen of Pain, but whatever, as my team does get the Necrolite and the Tidehunter dead here, but no big deal. I'm just gonna continue pressuring the lanes here so that they don't have any chance to push in to our towers. So let's talk a little bit about the item choice that I made here. Bloodstone, Shiva's Guard, Boots of Travel. So what am I supposed to go for next? In this case, I could choose from a couple of set of items. I could go for the Assault Caress, which would allow the TA and the team to have better attack speed overall. But if you notice hard enough, there isn't actually too much physical damage dealers on our team, so I wouldn't recommend going for the AC here. So another item that I could go for here is obviously the Radiance, because Radiance is one of the more damaging items, dealing 50 damage in the new patch. But I was hesitating whether I should go for the Radiance here, because it's 30 minutes in and I'm not sure whether it would be significant enough in terms of damage, in terms of the 50 damage per second burn. So I was thinking between Heart, Blade Mail, AC, Butterfly, and yeah, I'm not even joking, like Butterfly because of the evasion and the agility, which adds a lot of armor. So even though the attack speed is not really very relevant, well, I guess Heaven's Helmet would be a better choice, but as we do see a team fight breaking out here, I drop my Shiva's Guard, and I do get ruptured as I try to run away, but oh my god, wow, we're probably gonna get cleared here as I try to back the hell off, drop a chakram to try to slow them down, and I and Bane are probably not gonna get out. I'm not sure. I can get out. I have a Timber Chain, I can try to run my way out, but I'm not sure whether Bane could get out. So Bane does drop. Let's try to do more damage. So yeah, that exchange wasn't really good for us because two of our heroes died and Tiny died. So back to the item choice. Was thinking between Heart, Blade Mail, and Radiance. Butterfly is not very smart, I feel, because I'm not an agility hero, but it does give some stats which are kind of useful in terms of the evasion and the agility, because the agility does add quite a little bit of armor. So, but you know, I probably am going to go for a Heart and a Blade Mail here. So, well, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Oh, I do purchase the Blade Mail here, so... But one thing to note when purchasing a Blade Mail is that if the enemy heroes have BKB, the Blade Mail is not gonna do anything because the Blade Mail is a form of magical damage, so it would get nullified by BKB. So we do scout out the Duxia here, and Queen of Pain does blink out. So anyway, TimberSaw is one of the most underused heroes in terms of pub games and competitive games, simply because I feel most people don't actually know how to use it well. But in a way, I feel that it is kind of overpowered, but well, the wall catches 3 of us and Tide Hunter is probably gonna die. So as my friend does invite me to play, but just gonna tell him that I can't play right now. So you do see a small skirmish taking out, but not gonna go after the Queen of Pain because Queen of Pain has blink. So I didn't use my Blade Mail. Trying to drive the enemy heroes away. So I'm just gonna tell him like, I can't play. Making video now. So yeah. When it has come to this stage of the game, it is quite evident that I'm actually carrying my team pretty hard, and you know, it's kind of pressuring when you know that your teammates are not doing as well as you are. So every decision that I make here is very crucial. So hopefully I do all the right things here. But anyways, at this stage of the game, you should try to look out for ganks if you can, because most of the enemy heroes are probably going to be parked at the enemy's base as they're too afraid to get out because of their lack of map control. But I do pick off the Bloodseeker here. It's a very easy combo being used. So I do earn my teammate up. A nice 2-hero groups up and clumps up, and I'm gonna clean up the Queen of Pain. Ravage is not gonna do shit to Luna because Luna is BKB. Because Luna gets tossed in. So I can use my Shiva's Guard here. And I believe I'm gonna drop here, because I have very very low HP. Should try to Timber Chain my way out of this. I do try to get out, earn myself up as much as I can. Drops another Chakram, because in case they chase me. Oh my god, the Queen of Pain scouts me up, and I return the Chakram. Drops another Chakram, just in case they continue chasing me. And that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna burst down the tiny, which got a little bit cocky in terms of killing me. So that was pretty funny in my opinion. So I do have a 3.5k gold in my bank right now. Probably gonna go for the heart. I kind of forgot what I went for here. Which by the way, I could talk about another situational item that you want to pick up is the Shadow Blade, because Shadow Blade allows TimberSaw to have very good positioning so that you could initiate or whatever not, and also it gives you extra mobility to split push and, you know, do what you need to do. So what I told my teammates here was that we should try to secure Roshan before trying to go high ground here. And also it was pretty hard for us to go high ground because we don't have too many DPS dealers, and also our Templar Assassin went for very odd item choices. Shadow Blade, Armlet, Helm the Dominator, but it was kind of odd, but you know, whatever. So Roshan is respawns in 30 seconds. Which by the way, for all the players out there, after you have killed Roshan, try to type down the time that you killed Roshan so that you know when it respawns. So I did ping out the Roshan there, as I tell my teammates to go for the Roshan. I did drop the cloak to exchange it for a Reaver. Now I have 3k HP, which is extremely tanky. And I could leave my Chakram there all day long because as you could see my mana is not going to degenerate at all. So that's the advantages of having 24 Bloodstone charges. So as he does silence me, and I couldn't return my Chakram back there. So at this point we're just gonna try to pressure the mat, you know, not trying to initiate on them. Oh, which by the way, in pub games, it gets very annoying when your teammates tell you to, oh, we should all mid now because we don't have any late game. Oh, we should all bottom now because we don't have any late game, you know. Their late game is gonna beat us. That is a very, very bad mentality, and it disappoints me that many people think that way, because even though you don't have any late game, you shouldn't rush into the high ground. You're just gonna throw the game if you do that. Which by the way, if I get ruptured here, I should turn on my blade mail and walk all the way to kill this stupid Bloodseeker. As you could see, his HP is dropping. But I kind of failed to do so. But no, whatever. So anyway, the Luna does pop his BKB and try to drive us away. And I did drop my Chakram in the middle of the team fight. Probably not gonna catch too many people, but as I try to clean off the enemy heroes. But yeah, it's everybody's just dancing around, and the Luna is gonna die. Yeah, that's nice. Queen of Pain with the haze rune got a little bit cocky, trying to move a little bit above, but he does get Fiend Grip, but it got cancelled. So, oh, the Tide does drop the Ravage here, catches the Bloodseeker and the Tiny. So a Wall of Replica does get dropped. So I pop my Blade Mail to allow the Wall Illugers to attack me so that I could deal damage to Ducks here. But you know, 2-for-2 exchange, but our physical DPS dealer has died. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I was saying that too many people try to get into their high ground as soon as possible, because if you don't have the items to do it, trying to go into the high ground is just gonna get yourself wiped instead. This Tiny is very cocky, trying to kill us, but he's gonna drop instead. So I have no idea what he was trying to do. He's just gonna die. So yeah, too many a times people try to get into the high ground when they actually don't have the items to do it. To be able to get into the high ground, you want to ensure that your physical DPS dealer, in this case Templar Assassin, has a BKB, has a damaging items such as Mental Style, Monkey King Bar, Daedalus or some shit, because without all these damage items, it is very hard for you to breach the high ground. And also, you have to try to secure the Roshan as much as you can before you get to the high ground. as an extra life would definitely help the team in terms of going high ground. So we do scout out a couple of enemy heroes here. And they are being driven away by me. So I do buy a heart for myself to make myself even more tankier with 3.6k HP. Very, very scary, very, very beastly. So I'm just gonna see how they're gonna take me down. Which rest assured, they did manage to bring me down later on in the game. So as we try to breach the high ground here, I was kind of telling my teammates we should actually go for the Roshan here, but you know, I was lazy. It's just a pub. We're just trying to have fun. So holy crap, the Tuna got tossed in. So the Bane did got ruptured there. As you could see, he wasn't moving at all. So I'm trying to position myself very, very precariously. I did nightmare myself by accident. So a Knife Ravage catches 4 of them, and we're probably gonna kill all of them here. Or maybe not all of them, just a couple of them. How did the Tiny die? Oh, yeah, it's by End of Shadows, so... Well... The TA does break the top barracks, I think. Yeah, he does get the top barracks. Oh no, he doesn't get the top barracks. Oh, so close! Oh, TA is not gonna get up. So anyway, we're just trying to pressure the mid lane here. And I believe Bane is gonna die. Probably gonna drop the gem as well. Now it's only me alone, facing against 4 enemy heroes. This is how baller I am, facing that many enemy heroes as I pop the blade mill and try to run away, but I'm probably gonna die here, so it's pretty sad, pretty sad. So this is why I should actually get Roshan first. And yeah, I'm gonna die. Oh, I immediately respawned because I had like 27 or something Bloodstone charges. Immediately Boots of Travel in, and then sorts out, oh, there are 4 enemy heroes again. I'm probably gonna like feed myself again. Or maybe not, you know. Probably not. So I drop a Chakram just in case they're gonna chase me. So now here I tell my teammates that we should get a Roshan here and try to establish map control again by placing very aggressive wards. So anyway, there's a huge block of creep wave here. It's gonna attack our tower. And I'm not gonna make it there in time because Tidehunter is gonna KS all of them. Yeah, Tidehunter got it, so that was probably my money for a Sacred Relic, but whatever. Oh, I noticed that I actually didn't sell my cloak. Or did I sell my cloak away? My cloak is still on the courier. Just a tiny mistake here. I should have sold my cloak so that I could get back 225 gold more easily. So whatever. Just try to pressure the map as much as I can here. I'm not sure if you guys are getting a little bored out here, so just gonna talk a little bit about life again. You know about the haze thing that we have in Singapore here? It's kinda irritating because the smell is pretty bad. It smells kinda like barbecue, you know? So, and also it makes your throat kinda dry. But we do see a team fight breaking out here. As everyone their moms popping BKB. But not sure whether I can clear any of them up. Chakram does catches a couple of enemy heroes. Am I gonna be able to kill this guy? Probably not. Oh shit. You know what I should have done? I should have walked past the wall and then turned on my blade mill. That would probably have gotten killed. So that was kind of bad thinking on my part, not innovative enough.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So anyway, life is pretty boring at this point because you know that feeling when you actually wanna like date someone but you can't? Yeah. So kind of sad. So
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Daxia is probably gonna die here. Or maybe not. Or they got silenced. Yeah, I'm just gonna right click with this Bloodseeker, as he did get out DPS by me. And I'm probably not gonna kill him. Wow, it's gonna be close. Just gonna get the hell out before I feed myself again. Oh, I forgot to talk about another thing about when playing TimberSaw. Try to ensure that you have around 6 creep stats a minute or 7 a minute, because it's very easy to farm with TimberSaw. A simple chakram into a rolling death could clear the entire creep wave, as I try to clear out the tiny here, but I don't manage to do so. As all of them back off. I was just way too irritating to kill. This is the strength of TimberSaw. 5 enemies chasing after 5 enemy heroes chasing right after you, but yet they can't kill you. So it's very irritating to face a TimberSaw. But as I try to purchase a Radiance here, you could see that I typed in Radiance or Red. So I felt that I didn't have enough damage, so a Radiance would probably do the job. But you know, it's kind of late. It's like a 47-minute Radiance, but you know, I don't give a crap. Just gonna buy it anyways. Maybe a Hex would be better, but I don't care. Just bought the Radiance. It kind of has increased the burn damage from 40 to 50 a second now, which I feel is not bad, not bad. So yeah, the longer you stay in teamfight, the more the Radiance could do, so which is why I purchased Radiance. So I'm just gonna drop the urn, trade it for Radiance. Now I have full inventory slot. I could definitely swap the blade mail for something else, for a hex or another item to make myself tankier, probably AC, but I don't think I will be changing my items. This guy is just gonna die. Tuna didn't pop his BKB in time. I popped my blade mail. Everybody and their mouse popping BKB. My chakram is not gonna be very useful because all of them popped their BKB. Yet another BKB. The TIE Hunter is trying to run out here, and I have no idea how to save him. Just gonna use my chakram and do as much damage as possible. Blade mail, blade mail. I should be using my blade mail here. As I get silenced. As Templar Assassin does, manage to split push successfully and bring down the top barracks. So another chakram clears out the creep wave. You can see how easily the creep wave melted there. It literally evaporated in a couple of seconds because of Whirling Death and chakram. So I guess this is pretty much the game. We are just gonna get all their barracks in due time. So I try to be very aggressive, trying to chase the Bloodseeker. But the 4 staff does drive him away. And I'm not gonna die for that. Not sure what I should say here. As you can see, we split push successfully in between top lane and bottom lane. We did get both barracks. As I try to man up against 4 enemy heroes, but didn't turn out the way I wanted. And I'm gonna die here. Yep. So an instant buyback, even though my respawn time was 11 seconds. That was like rage, nut rage. 11 seconds respawn time, but I still bought back anyways. That was kind of retarded. Please don't ever do that. That's because I was very angry and I didn't want it to die. As we see, I'm gonna drop for a second time here. Beginning of throws. I'm just gonna throw this game because I can. Which, by the way, I'm just gonna get stuck inside there like an idiot. I didn't know why I did that. Probably because I was drunk. So, as I committed suicide, that was pretty legit. Yo, Bloodstone, man. No problem. Yeah, that was kind of stupid throws from me. I was like, I got a little bit cocky and kind of angry at some point because I got friend zone. I didn't get friend zone. I was yeah. This is very saddening. As you do see, Tiny is probably gonna drop, and Bloodseeker as well. I feel that is pretty much the game. We're just gonna win the game. Speed up the replay a little here to see the final engagement. So you could see that my spells are not very effective anymore because they had BKB. So am I gonna kill this guy? Probably not. So yeah, that's the game. A very long, hectic game, 52 minutes. As I use a chakram to scout out, to predict that the Queen of Pain is gonna go there, but he's probably not gonna die as well. So, you know, trying to predict where the enemy heroes go. Well played, Spin Call. Yeah, so tell me what you guys think about the video, how it should better be improved, whether it should be whether I should adopt a different commentating style, because I really am interested in doing all these videos. Maybe that's why people find me nerdy or stupid or retarded. Anyways, thanks for your support. Try to leave a comment or like the video if you really enjoyed the video. Your support is very much appreciated. See you guys next time. Bye.